Hello, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Dolphin and Whale Reiki. We're doing today, this is eucalyptus sage and Palo Santo, and so this is really good for cleansing and clearing. So we're going to do a bit of that before we get started. And then if anybody has any questions or anything as we go along, let me know. We're going to be talking about dolphins and whales and how they can give us that extra healing, that deep cellular healing. Oh, thank you. That is very sweet. Saying I'm beautiful. I appreciate that. Mirror reflections. You are beautiful as well. And if anybody can let me know if the music is too loud or too low, I would appreciate that as well. I apologize. I have whale and dolphin sounds going in the background as well as water music. And so this is incense. And so incense is really good for cleansing and clearing and protecting your etheric field, your auric field, your chakra system. Going through leg seizures at the moment, just need a distraction. Oh, great. Okay, well, you can ask the Reiki to help you in healing and help take away some of those feelings that you're having or just the health issues. You can ask Reiki to help you with that as well. We're going to be using a lot of crystals and sound healing as we go along as well, and affirmations. So this is Florida water, and Florida water is really good for protecting your auric field. Oh, you like the music? Okay, good. I'm glad you can hear it. Let me know if I need to turn it up or turn it down as well. But Florida water is really good for protecting your etheric, your auric field, your chakra system, but it's also really good for cleansing and clearing. So I'm going to spray this over everyone. If you want to accept the Reiki healing, you can say yes. You can say it in your mind. You can say it out loud, or you can say it in the chats. We all have chakras that are in our hands. And so this is where I project the Reiki healing from in channels. So I'm going to spray here so everybody feels nice and protected as well as we go along. And then this is my little amulet. This is the Eye of Horus. So I like working with Horus a lot because when we're in this Reiki healing space together, we are in like a astral healing space. And so I ask him to help provide extra layers of protection. And so if you want that extra layer of protection and you have willpower over your body, so you can take it out whenever you want. So you just say, I would like it to be removed. But if you would like this to be imprinted in your etheric field, you can say, yes, I accept, and I'm going to use the tablet I have here as a guide for your system, and so I'm going to do it 3 times, okay? And then the protection point is located, the central point, in your third eye. He is a gatekeeper of the etheric and astral realms, and so he's really good for psychic protection, and if you're in healing spaces with other people. So we're going to focus this on everyone's third eye here. Alright. And I'm going to turn my fan on. So if everybody can give me like 2 seconds, I'll be right back. Okay. This is my chakra tapestry, and so I've programmed this and asked it to help also project healing energies while it's behind me. So if everybody's wondering why that is behind me, it's a healing portal. So dolphins and whales, you might really resonate with them if you're a starseed from Atlantis or Lemuria, or if you're Mintakan. They're very high vibrational creatures, and they help with like very deep cellular levels of healing. They're also like water creatures, and water is very representative of us processing our emotions and being in touch and tune with them. And we are energy bodies, so we are energy in motion. emotions. And so when we hold on to emotions, they crystallize and harden in our body, and the stress causes disease. And so when we allow ourselves to feel those things and let them come up and out, it brings better health for us. I hope you're doing well. Oh, it's okay. You can ask the Reiki and the crystals that we're going to be working with today to help with that as well. Sunshine with the username. Dolphins and whales are cosmic beings. They come from places like Atlantis and Lemuria and Mintaka, and so they came to this planet to help us with that very deep cellular healing, okay, and to help raise the planet's vibration, so they can also help you raise your vibrations. Also, if you work with dolphins and whales, they can help you tap into your Akashic records, and they can help you figure out your soul contract and what your soul purpose is here. Yes, I love dolphins and whales, especially dolphins, because they're such like silly, fun, happy creatures. Thanks for posting the intuition link. That was so helpful. Oh, good. I'm glad. Also, if you're trying to work with your spiritual gifts and your psychic abilities, dolphins and whales are wonderful animals because they have like telepathy abilities, and they also have languaging that isn't like the languaging that we have. It's like that sonar languaging, and so you can work with your third eye with them, and even your crown chakra. Something that I really like that I'm playing in the background right now is Cosmic Whales, and it's on YouTube. And you can, when you're in the bathtub, because water is an amplifier, you can play that and ask the whales and the dolphins to come in and amplify the healing, and the water will amplify that energy, but you can listen to this while you're sleeping as well. If anybody has trouble finding that meditation, you can message me at Soulharmonyhealing, and then I'll send it to you on Instagram. And thank you for all the likes, everyone. It helps more people get in. I appreciate it. Okay, before we get started, let me drink some water here. Everybody needs to hydrate as well. Hydrating, because we're 70% water, helps you process your emotions. So like, and you can program water, you can speak to it and ask it what you would like it to do. So if you're like, I'm experiencing a lot of grief, you can literally talk to your water, and then you can say, can you please help me process through this grief? And it'll run those emotions through you, okay? All right. So the first crystal we're going to work with, this is clear quartz, and I'll talk about all of them. Clear quartz is an amplifier. So if you're trying to bring something in, or if you're trying to release something, quartz is a great thing. You can hold it in your hand, you can keep it in your home, you can keep some in your pocket, but it'll amplify whatever you want it to do. So today we're going to ask the clear quartz to amplify all of the other crystals, healings that I'm going to bring in, and also help us process through our emotions, okay? And so, like I said, I'm going to use the screen here as a guide for your etheric body. And then if anybody has any questions while we go along, let me know. And you don't have to do anything. You can just accept the healing. Hey, Daphne. Hey, how are you doing today? Okay. All right. So this is my Selenite wand. Selenite is a very, very high vibrational crystal. It's one that doesn't have to even be charged as much as the other ones, and you can actually place your other crystals on top of it, and it'll help amplify their frequencies. And so you can use this to also help take away things that are no longer serving you, like behavioral patterns or negative thoughts, like negative self-talk, physical ailments. It's really good for helping remove things. Or if you have energy that's stuck in your body, in your system, in your meridian system or your chakras, it can definitely help take those away as well. And so that's what I'm asking the Selenite to do. So I'm going to wave it over everyone, and then I'm going to use it like a scanner to find where there's catches in your energy body, in your energy system, so it can help remove those. So if you feel any tugging in your body, that's the Reiki going in and finding stuck and stagnant energy. And so if you feel like it's too intense, because sometimes it gets really intense for people, you can ask the Reiki healing to tune it down, to take it down a notch. So it's literally going to find if you have energy blockages in your solar plexus, in your heart chakra, in your third eye chakra, or your organs. And help make them aware of where you have stuck and stagnant energy. And when I'm in healing spaces with people, sometimes I can feel if they're like through the astral plane, if there's someone that has particular energy stuck in parts of their body. So I may focus on those. If you see me getting towards one area in particular. Ooh, I need to turn my notifications off. Okay. All right. So okay. We are going to work with moon energy as well. So the moon really affects us because we are 70% water, and so it affects us like the tides, right? And the moon is our divine feminine energy, and so that has a lot to do with being in flow and trusting in divine timing and working with your intuition and like letting life flow like it's supposed to instead of us kind of like hustling and grinding and like making things happen. That divine masculine energy, it's the opposite, okay? And both are needed, but today we're going to be working with feminine energy. And so you said my back is burning, my throat feels tight. So that's what I mean. If you feel like it's too intense for you, you can ask it to turn it down, but that's Reiki coming in and saying, oh, you have this crystalline energy here, and because it's your back, if it's your upper back, sometimes that is carrying too much weight on yourself of like helping other people and not helping enough with self. And your throat might be you not being able to speak your voice like you want to, or being authentically you, like maybe masking or not knowing how to say things correctly, or getting tripped up on your words. Like it's very communicative. And so that might be where you have some blockages there. So this white candle is going to be representative of moon energy, and we just had the full moon, and full moons are really good for bringing things into our frequency. And so we're going to ask the moon goddess to come in and help us with this healing. Okay, I feel the pull in my forehead. If you have a pull in your forehead, that's your third eye, and so you might have some like blocked up energy here. Okay. All right. So we're going to light the candle, and that's going to be an invocation for the moon energy to come in and help us with processing through our emotions. Okay. All right. So if you have any emotions right now that you're needing help processing, so that could be grief or sorrow or sadness or fear or anger, you can ask the moon energy to help you process that. And our emotions want to be seen, heard, and validated. And so when we do that and we give them that space, they are more easy to come up out of us and help us transmute them. And a lot of people, you know, in spirituality sometimes say, and that's me too, is, well, I don't want to feel those emotions because I don't want to go back to those places that I've been in. But the thing is, there's a difference between like seeping in the emotions and getting stuck in those spaces than having the emotion seen, heard, and validated, and then letting it up and out. Okay? Okay, so we're all going to blow the candle out together. Hey, Bryn. Hey, glad to have you here. We're doing Dolphin and Reiki, Dolphin and Whale Reiki. And so we're all going to blow the candle out together, and that's going to be representative of us transmuting those feelings and those thoughts and those emotions. So I'm going to count down from 3, and then we'll blow out together, okay? And then the smoke is very good for cleansing and clearing. So 3, 2, 1. So we are transmuting those emotions and those thoughts and those feelings. Okay. If you're feeling it in your third eye, in your forehead, that's your third eye chakra. And so if you have any fear around your spiritual gifts, or if you have a lot of self-limiting beliefs come from your root chakra, and they also come from your third eye chakra. So that might be busting up some of that energy that is stuck there, that crystalline energy. Okay, so this is my shell buddies. And so with crystals and things in nature, they have their own healing energy and amplify in different ways, but you can also program them and ask them to do specific things for you in working with them. And so for these shells, I have asked them to help people remember their starseed lineages. So if you're into starseeds, or you resonate with being a starseed, this will help you remember if you are Mintakan or Lumerian or Atlantean, any of the water-based starseeds. And so if you want to accept this, you can say yes. If you don't, you can say skip. If you just want if you want the crystal healing and the Reiki. So again, you can say accept if you want that, and it will help you remember. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad that your cat is also enjoying the Reiki. Animals enjoy Reiki too. Let me get this where I can hold it. And if you want to figure out if you're Lumerian or Mintakan or Atlantean, what you can do, because they're all different frequencies, like different starseeds are different frequencies. And so you can Google what that means, each one, or you can look at videos on YouTube. But sometimes if you juxtapose things next to one another, like let me read about Lumerians and Atlanteans and the Mintakans, your soul will let you know which one that you're from if you have those backgrounds. It's like, oh, this one feels like it's in resonance with me. Like this frequency feels familiar. Like I resonate more with Lumerian and Mintakan than Atlantean. Like I'll read about Atlanteans and they're much more like masculine energy than Lumerians and Mintakan energy. So when I read about Atlanteans, that doesn't feel like it's right for me. But then when I started going down rabbit holes of Mintakan and Lumerian, I was like, oh, this sounds like me. And the further I went down that, then I started having things like open up about past incarnations with those. Okay, so this is my rain maker. And so I use this and I work with this and I ask it to how it makes this noise here, how it's raining down things that you want to bring into your paradigm, into your reality. And maybe that's helping you with health, maybe that's helping you with wealth, maybe that's helping you like with new opportunities. And so whatever you're wanting to bring in, you can ask my ring stick here, you can ask it to help you. And so you can just envision that those things are like raining down into your reality. Okay, well, I'm using it. All right, so now we're gonna get in deeper into the crystal healing, and so I'll talk about which each crystal is and then what it helps with in case that you want to get some for yourself. If you were trying to take notes, I'm gonna put this up on my YouTube channel later, so don't feel like you have to write everything down if you're a note taker. And my YouTube link is in my bio up there, and I have a lot of other Reiki. I have Angel Reiki, Unicorn Reiki, EDM Reiki, all different types. Before we get started with the crystals, this is a card that I want to work with, and this is also unicorn energy. Unicorns, mermaids, angels, dolphins, and whales and fairies are all very similar frequencies, and so I like to work with all of those when I'm doing like very high vibrational healing, and so that's why I wanted to bring the unicorns in as well. And so this says, go with the flow, relax and trust, accept what is happening. Okay, so I'm gonna read the guidebook description for everyone because I know a lot of people like oracle cards and the messages that they have for us. I love oracle cards. So I'll hold those up in the screen while I'm reading it. Okay, I have those cards too. Yes. So you know they're very like fun and whimsical and magical. This deck. And I love Diana Cooper. She's amazing. Everybody should go check her out on YouTube. Okay. Life is like a river, sometimes racing and other times quiet and still. Right now, the currents of the universe are flowing in your favor, so relax, surrender, and allow the tide you are on to carry you forward. If your life feels like a rushing torrent, enjoy the exhilarating ride. However, recognize that there may be submerged rocks, eddies, or even waterfalls to negotiate, and ask your unicorn to keep a protective ball of light around you. If your life seems to be meandering along rather slowly, accept this as a gift too. This is what you need right now, so let go of frustrations or boredom. Don't try and push ahead, rather take the opportunity to relax and enjoy the peace. Look at the beauty of the world as you drift along. Overall, your guidance is to trust the universe. Your unicorn is asking you to allow the wisdom of the invisible forces of the cosmos to direct you. Know that what is happening is for the highest good. Swimming against the current would only drain your energy and inner resources. The more you trust the flow, the more your unicorn can steer you on the journey. You are being prepared for the next phase. Have faith that all is in divine right order. Okay, so what the affirmation we can say with this is, I relax and go with the flow. I relax and go with the flow. Okay, so, oh, hey, Ray, hey. So dolphins and whales are very representative of going with the flow and the currents of life. And so that's very cyclical. Like, we have cycles in life, seasons in life, that sometimes we have like really high times and then we have really low times. But in order to feel those really high times that we have, you have to have the pendulum effect of the lows. And, you know, that's something that we can work towards as equilibrium. But you can't experience like high elevated states of happiness if sometimes you don't go through those deeper bowels of sadness. And so that's natural. And so this is saying, like, the more that you process through those emotions, right, and you just let them flow through you, and you let them be seen, heard, and validated, then you can get back to those higher states of like happiness, joy, peace, and serenity. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the crystals. Okay, so, oh, my ear is ringing. Let's do, this is Angel Aura Quartz. So Angel Aura Quartz is really good for helping us tap into the angelic realms, but also like unicorn energy and fairy energy and the dolphins and the whales. And so if you resonate with being an Atlantean starseed, Lumerian starseed, Mintakan starseed, Angel Aura Quartz is really good for helping you download that information of past incarnations. It's also really good for bringing harmony into your relationships, whether that's relationship with self or other people or romantic relationships or your kids. Like, this is a beautiful, beautiful crystal to work with. It's also a very high frequency transmuter of lower, denser energies. So if you're feeling like really angry, or you're feeling like deep bowels of like grief and sorrow and sadness, angel aura quartz can help lift you up out of those vibrations. Yes, this is angel aura quartz. Oh, thank you for saying you like my energy. That's like the highest compliment I can receive. Because it's like you see that person on like a soul level. You can see it has this really pretty rainbow reflection here. For anybody that's into chakras, this is really good for your causal chakra. In your causal chakra, that is where we channel light language and light codes. And that's where we translate what our guides and ascended masters and teachers are trying to tell us. And that's where we hear them more clearly. So your causal chakra is right above your head and a little further back above your crown chakra. So that's a great one to work with if you're trying to tap into those frequencies. And it's a quartz too, so quartz is really, like I said before, quartz is really good for amplifying energy. So whether you're trying to let go of something or whether you're trying to bring something in, any type of quartz like that is gonna be great. Alright. So if anybody gets anything from this and feels healed and wants to donate, so I could do these in the future, there's a Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal in my bio, or it's under, all of them are under Soulharmonyhealing. I also do Reiki healing one-on-one sessions. They look a little bit different from what I'm doing now. They're more counseling, coaching, and the energy healing, but I offer those as well. Okay, so this is peacock ore. Hopefully you can see it. It's all different colors. Maybe I can get it in the screen. So peacock ore is really good. I think it's called boronite is the other name for it. So boronite and peacock ore is really good for brightening your auric field. And so if you are needing to go to like a job interview, or you're wanting to go to like a networking event and you want to be noticed and like shine very brightly, this is something that's really good to have in your pocket with you, or like maybe wear on jewelry. But it makes you very bright and positive, and it brings a lot of joy into your life. This one is peacock ore, or boronite. And so if you're doing anything where you want to have a lot of self-confidence and self-esteem as well, this is really good for that. Okay, so we're gonna work with two different crystals here, and I'm gonna explain the difference. Okay, so this is rose quartz. This one, a lot of people probably know what this one is, and this is actually from my pendulum. And then this is malachite, and so they're both really good for heart healing. The difference between these is rose quartz is really good for that softer, very compassionate, like unconditional love. It's a lot smoother type of energy, if that makes sense. Malachite is also really good for heart healing. Malachite is a transformative crystal. And so this one's not harsher necessarily, but it's going to bring things to your attention. like maybe relationships, like maybe you don't have equal energy exchanges in your relationships, or maybe you've had a lot of negative self-talk or like behavioral patterns that are causing hurt in your heart. And so this is going to bring that stuff forward. So that's why I wanted to explain the differences, because I've been waiting to get malachite, but I'm scared. If you get malachite, a great thing to do is put rose quartz and malachite together. I'm the type of person that likes immediate effective change, and I'm okay with having those big transformative things in my life because I'm an Aquarius and that's my energy. But not everybody resonates with that. And so if you do get malachite and you keep rose quartz with it, it will bring those things forward, but it will tune it down a little bit. It won't be so intense. And so you can keep both of them in your pocket, or if you get them from your home space, keep them both close to one another. Okay, or maybe even get a necklace and you can get a rose quartz piece and malachite with one another. Okay, so I'm going to work with both of these, and if you want the rose quartz or you want the malachite, you can say I accept. If you want to skip the malachite, you can say I just want the rose quartz. Okay, so I just wanted to give that preface beforehand. And your heart space is where you keep a lot of grief. Or not, you don't keep a lot of grief. If you're experiencing grief, if you're experiencing grief, that is where it's held, is within your heart space. Your heart space is also where you forgive self, you forgive others. It also helps you connect into the whole of humanity, and it helps you realize, like, you are me and I am you, and so how we treat others is representative of like how we treat self, and vice versa. It's that deep unconditional love. How many times do you cry in a week? So I used to be a type of person that was like, oh, I don't have time for crying. Or I thought that crying was a sign of weakness, because I have a very masculine energy, like very, very masculine energy. And then I realized that all I was doing was like blocking myself up and keeping blockages in my chakras and in my system and in my life. And when you cry, when you allow yourself to cry, it helps lift those things up out of your system. And it's a very spiritual practice of like releasing. And speaking about crying, so I was in a meditation one day, and I had been feeling like so constricted and stressed for like weeks, and I couldn't figure out how to get that energy up out of my body. And when I was in the meditation, I just started like bawling out, crying. And in the past, I would have been like, you need to get it together, right? But this time I was like, thank God. That's that deep release that I needed, right? It just completely took up all of that energy up out of my body. I felt so much better afterwards. It's literally just your emotions getting like stuck in your body, and they need that release. And that's not the only way you can do it, but that's a great way to do it. Okay, let's see. So this is blue aventurine. So blue aventurine is a crystal to help with leadership and decision making. And so if you need some more like stability in how you interact with others, this is a great crystal for that. It gives you a lot of self-confidence and self-esteem. Okay. It's also really good for letting go of behavioral patterns that are no longer serving you. So if you have any of those, you can ask the blue aventurine to help you let go of them. Okay. There's blue aventurine, and then we're going to get into green aventurine in a second. So now we'll work with my green Aventurine. So green Aventurine is when it's really good for manifesting. We're going to talk about something that's good for immediate manifesting. This is longer term manifesting. So if you're trying to manifest like more stable finances, green Aventurine is great for that. That's longer term. Okay. And then this is also good for helping you bring your what is it? No, that's moss agate that I'm about to talk about. This is really good for helping you let go of self-limiting beliefs. So blue Aventurine is behavioral patterns. Green Aventurine, self-limiting beliefs. Okay, this is also helps you bring your creative ideas and your vision into reality, into fruition. It's also really good for your heart because it helps you. This is your follow your heart crystal. This is helping you figure out your goals and your dreams and your desires and like what it is that you want to do in this life, in this incarnation. Okay. I think I need this one on my work desk. Yes. These are great to carry in your pocket or keep in your workspace. You can sleep with them in your pillow. If you sleep with them in your pillow, you want to make sure that you get grounding crystals in there. You can sleep with amethyst. You can sleep with like obsidian or black tourmaline, like very protective crystals. But this one would be a good one to keep on your desk for sure at work. So why it's good for helping you with self-limiting beliefs is because when it's helping you with your dreams and your desires and like what you want to go after in this lifetime and manifestation, it's combating those self-limiting beliefs of like, oh, I like perfectionism or imposter syndrome or thinking something that's like too big of a goal and a dream and like how would I ever get there. Green Aventurine is great for breaking those down. Okay. All right. Let's see. Who is next? Okay, let's do moss agate. So this is moss agate. Moss agate is an earth crystal. And when I say earth crystal, all of them are earth crystals. This one is really good for helping you tap back into nature, like getting back in the flow of life. It's also really good to put in with your plants if they need help growing or healing. It's the gardener's stone, but it's also really good for helping you find stability. And this is the one that can help you with immediate financial abundance. Like that, it opposed to green Aventurine, which is like longer term stability. This will help you manifest a little bit quicker. And so this is also really good for helping you find your soul tribe. And so if you're trying to find the people that you resonate with and are on the same wavelength, the same frequency, and are going to be with you for a long time, moss agate is great for that. Okay. You said moss agate is amazing. Yes. I actually got this moss agate like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. And I love its vibration. Okay. So we have 3 more crystals here. Runs of grass and moss agate. Okay, so this is fluorite. There are a couple different variations. This is green fluorite. So this one is really good for helping you regenerate your cells and with your immune system. So this is like a health healing crystal. Very like deep cellular healing. So green fluorite. Oh, you're very welcome. You're welcome. And how Reiki works, if you accept the Reiki, if you weren't here for the first part of it or the end of it, you'll receive the healing still, because it reaches you through the ethers. It spans across all space, time, and dimensions. I will have this up on my YouTube channel though, if anybody wants to watch the replay of it. Okay. So next, where's my apatite? Okay, so this is blue apatite. Blue apatite is really good for helping you with your psychic gifts, your spiritual abilities. It helps you tap into your intuition. It's the vision crystal. It also helps you figure out how to get on your preferable timeline and how to see into the future. When I say see into the future, I mean, well, it helps you with vision in your third eye. But if you look at it from more like a physical standpoint, it's like figuring out your goals, your dreams and desires, and how to bring that into fruition and what's going to be the most beneficial for you, like which direction that you take in life. Okay, this is also really good for health. It's really good for helping your immune system, and it's really good for communication as well. It ties in with your throat chakra and being authentically you, speaking your truth, voicing your opinions, being very solid in your value system and your beliefs. And so that's great for that blue apatite. My crystal shopping list is growing. Me too. I love crystals. Okay. So this is my favorite crystal. This is one that I recommend for everybody to have. This is Amethyst. So this is specifically dream amethyst. I have lots of different ones. You don't have to get dream amethyst. You can just get regular amethyst. But amethyst is really good if you experience a lot of anxiety. It's good for soothing your central nervous system, and it has very calming, relaxing vibrations about it. It's also really good for helping with your third eye and your psychic and your spiritual abilities and tapping into the etheric and astral planes. And it's also good for helping your T cells and your immune system. Like, it's a great overall crystal. And it's good for sleeping in your pillow if you want to have very lucid dreams, or if you do a lot of work in the astral plane. If you sleep with this in your pillow, I definitely recommend getting like jasper or black tourmaline or obsidian and putting that in your pillow as well, because it'll help keep you tethered to the earth plane if that's something that you do. But it will amplify your dreams. So if you don't have great dreams, I do not recommend sleeping with amethyst in your pillow. I just ordered my sister amethyst. It's her birthstone, and she has anxiety and poor health. Yeah, this would be great for her. Amethyst, definitely. Absolutely. I sleep with mine in my pillow. Yes. If you like doing astral work in your sleep, that's great to have there. But also, like I said, if you're trying to develop your psychic and spiritual gifts, this is great for doing that. And then this is, we found a shop that has obsidian, so I'll tell her to get those two together. Yeah, jasper, obsidian, black tourmaline, and amethyst. Like, those are all really good. And like rose quartz, selenite, like those are all, maybe I'll make a video on like a starter kit of crystals. But those are all really good to begin with. So this is Sodalite. Sodalite is directly tied into your throat chakra. And it is about being authentically you and speaking your truth. And if you have been masking a lot in your life, this is really good for helping you take those masks off. And it's also good for being vulnerable with other people, but it's also really good for helping you stand in your truth. So if you have communicative issues that you've been going through, as far as like maybe being around a lot of like narcissists, or having like manipulative relationships in your life, or non-equal energy exchanges, Sodalite's really good to help with those things. Be more confident in self. Labradite is great. I love labradite, yes. You said you can make starter kits? Yeah, starter kits, that's why I need to make a video of starter kits, like what are the best crystals to start with for beginners. Okay. So, like I said, if anybody feels like this was helpful to them, like I said, feel free to donate. There's links in my bio. I also do individual one-on-one Reiki sessions. They're a little bit different than what I'm doing now. Those are more like much deeper healing of trauma and energy work, and I go into all your chakras specifically, and things that come up can be past lives, it can be memories, it can be a whole assortment of things. So I always like to tell people that when I'm doing these on lives, it's a lot different. So I'm gonna use some incense on everyone to help clear our chakra system of anything that's no longer serving us. I actually have spiritual boxes now, but that's an idea. I had to do little starter kits. Yeah, I think starter kits would be great for people, because sometimes people just don't know what to start with. And some crystals may be a little too intense for people, like Malachite versus rose quartz. So I think that's great. Or what they can do with them too, or how to work with them, how you can program them and ask them. Okay. Like I said, working with like dolphin and whale energy, it's that very like playful, that bringing you back to like childlike before you got into like all the adult stressors of life, like the denseness of like this 3D plane. Like working with dolphins and whales like significantly helps you get back into that like magical, whimsical like vibrations of like joy and peace and serenity. And they're also very divine, wise beings. And so if you ask them and you work with them, they will give you those divine messages and help you figure out like what's going on in your soul contract and your Akashic records, like why you decided to incarnate here on this timeline. They also help with like very, very, very deep cellular healing. If you want to book a session or read more about it, there is a link in my bio, or you can send me a message on Instagram and then we can talk about it as well. I can talk more in depth about what that looks like and like what a session entails. But the YouTube video that I am using right now, if anybody's interested in that, it's called Cosmic Whales. And I think it's about an hour long, but you can listen to it while you're in a bathtub or shower, because water is an amplifier. And you can ask water to help take away anything that's no longer serving you or amplify things that you want to bring in. And so coupling that with the whales and the dolphins in their healing is just going to further amplify that energy. And then if you are having a more difficult time processing your emotions, being around large bodies of water is really great. And like looking into the water, so maybe if you have like a pool around you, or a creek or a lake, and you ask the water if you can help me, and then you, like I said, like having a really good cry, that's very helpful. Do I ever do discounts on sessions? Yeah, I do periodically. If you subscribe to my email list, I usually send them out there. And sometimes I tell people on Instagram too, like I'll give you a heads up. And so if you follow me there, I usually let people know as well. Okay, I'm gonna bring my rain stick in again, because it asked me to bring it back in the screen. Maybe there's somebody that popped in that needs it, or maybe everybody needs it. So my rain stick, so I asked my rain stick to help you feel like everything is raining in, the things that you want your reality. And so when you're listening to the noises, whatever you're trying to bring into your paradigm, into your world, you can ask the rain stick to help amplify that. So maybe it's like more health, more wealth, more prosperity, more abundance, more joy. Okay. I'm also going to give a big thanks to the whales and the dolphins for coming in to help us today, and giving thanks to my crystals. Like, it's really good to give thanks to the things that you're working with, just like you would a friend, for like co-collaborating with you. So thanks to my crystals and my rain stick and all of the beautiful energies that we worked with today, and the unicorns. And thank you to everyone in here as well, because you coming into this healing space, it helps heal me as well. Like, we are here helping each other heal and amplify these energies for one another. And us being here together in healing helps heal the collective as well, because we're coming from more healed, loving spaces. And so it's not just us in this healing space together, it's the whole healing space of the collective. So thank you to everyone. I had a good time healing with everyone, and I loved all the wonderful questions and everyone's beautiful energy. So thank you for being here, and I will see everyone next time, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And then I'll stick around for just a second to see if anybody else has any questions. I cried and I feel better. Great. I'm so happy that you feel better. Sometimes a good cry, like I said, we get so tense. And crying helps let go of that tense energy.
Your work-life balance, it's non-existent. You'll never.
Okay. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day, and then I will talk to you next time. Bye.